little studio on this tiny little Greek island. Give me a second. I am going out plein air painting. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I don't have my microphone in. It's somewhere in my backpack. I'm not taking it off. So I thought I would just kind of show you guys the spots that I'm looking at. I'm gonna turn the camera. I don't know that I can turn the camera around. Let me see. Oh, I can. So here's an area that I love. But because it is still morning, I think this is better in the afternoon when the sun is going down. The sun goes down over there. So it's coming in this way. And we'll be hitting the rocks in a different kind of way. And I'm all into painting rocks right now. The village is that way. You can see part of it. And I am going to a specific little beach. Hold on. Going to a specific little beach, which has a fantastic rock structure. I went there a couple days ago in the morning, earlier than I'm going today. So, but it's a beautiful place, and there's just lots to paint there. So one of the things that I do is I will go and paint the same place again and again and again and again. Hey, thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks, love it. I will go and paint the same thing again and again and again, to really understand the place, and to really understand how these rocks here on this side of the island, which I'm on the eastern side of the island, differ from the rocks on the western side, if at all. And most importantly, how to paint better, especially plein air, which can be hello, which can be for people like me, if you're a perfectionist in any way and you want to have control over everything, if that's part of your character, there's plein air painting is for you. Let me show you this. Okay, so remember just a little bit earlier I showed you that beach. This is the road that goes down to that beach. And what's possibly interesting about this, let me squat down, maybe it's a better kind of view. You know, the olive trees, that first one there, right there, later on today will be glistening in the sunlight. And the little path or the little road going down. I love things like that. And what's also good about this is this shadow. I wouldn't do that tree, but the shadow I would put in so that it helps bring the focus to that tree. So those are some of the things. Those are some of the things to think about when you're out plein air painting. So it's about it's 9, about 20 to 10. Usually when I come out plein air painting in the summer times here in Greece, ooh, look at that. Hold on. That's kind of interesting. I guess I like the rocks from this angle. I actually don't know if I painted this. Maybe I would put in that tree and that patch of, I think those are wild onions or wild carrot kind of plant, the weeds, those little flowery white patches. So this is an option. I'm going to turn my camera sideways. Oh, it's not going to work. Definitely an option. So I'm getting to the other side now where we can see Mount Athos, the monastic peninsula here in Greece. It's officially a country on its own, much like the Vatican, but this is for the Orthodox Church. I wonder if there's a spot up here. It would be nice to get. It's looking pretty rough in there. I'm not going. Let's get to the spot that I'm going to. This thing on my back is probably, I don't actually know, but it sure feels like it's at least 15 kilos. It's really heavy. And you'd be surprised, the actual plein air box is by Open Box M, which is they no longer have their business. But oh my goodness, it's a fabulous pochade box. And we have a path going down. That's interesting. This might be a really good spot to do these rocks. Again, I would do it landscape mode, so these are the rocks that I'm interested in and that I'm painting. So I love these rocks. I could do portrait mode. Yeah, it's really beautiful. Hello everyone. Thanks so much for being here. So up in this area back here, way up on top, you can see way in the back, is where you will find the herd of wild goats. We still have wild goats. I have a couple paintings of these goats here on my website. You can go to my see my channel and get the link to the website. I love these wild goats. This is where I am going to be painting. It's nice and cool here. It's got these beautiful trees. I think this is the only beach bar that has these natural trees. And the reason is that right there used to be where spring water came from. And people would come from the village. It would be a day's haul on their donkeys back then, before roads and cars. And the same road that I was walking, they would come on their donkeys with their glass jars. At the time, they had these big, huge glass jars, and they would wrap it in bamboo, and so that it wouldn't break, and come and fill up the water. And they had to do that a couple of times a week, I'm sure. But again, when you haven't got water, that's when you become very, very conscious of using water, and you don't waste it. So here, this is this beach area. I may go over that way and paint from afar, or just even from here. I think it'll make a good painting. And again, this rock structure is what I'm interested in, with the seagulls on top. Let's go a little bit closer. Across there is the mainland. And I don't know if you guys can see right over that, right there. You can barely see the tip of Mount Athos, which is like the second highest mountain in Greece, or the third, probably the third. It's just beneath the level of Mount Olympus, which everybody is pretty familiar with. Yeah, look at that. I love this rock structure. And the other day I painted from those rocks right there, the scene. Today I'm thinking of coming up close. I've got 2 panels with me. If I stick around long enough, that's also quite nice. Again, I would do it in landscape mode. All right, you guys, I'm gonna set up and get started. Have a great day. Talk to y'all later. Bye. How do you turn this thing off?